Thanks so much, Holly. Can I also again acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we're meeting on today and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Can I also acknowledge my ministerial colleague Bill Johnson and the other MPs and dignitaries and leaders, all that you are in the room today. I just did a quick selfie before with Cherie, was that her name, from Alcoa? Shout out. Excellent. And she said, I'm just a health and safety rep. And I said, no, you're far more than that. She said, yeah, but I'm not as important as you. And I said, yeah, but you save lives. You save people's lives every day. I don't do anything near as important as that. So shout out to all of you who are here because you're leaders. Now, it is the case that the mid-afternoon time slot in a conference like this could be when participants start losing the will to live. But, folks, the speaker I'm going to introduce will ensure that that does not happen. I hope the program so far has been everything that you wanted it to be. I certainly enjoyed the session that we heard this morning from Sharon. It is the case that your industry, the resources industry, has been at the forefront of innovation and progress, driving our economy. We've got a big ocean on one side, a big desert on the other. So West Australian industry has had to innovate and to do things first. But this industry has not got the kind of excellence record that we would like when it comes to matters of sexual harassment and sexual violence in the workplace. So the summit today, like I said this morning, it's not a silver bullet, but it is an important checkpoint along the journey as we address these important issues and an opportunity to share what's working well and to identify things that you need to go back and change. This morning, one of the things that Bill and I announced before the conference was the pilot of the Respect in Mining program. So we're partnering with Goldfields Australia, Stuart is here today, to run a 12-month pilot of the program. It's targeted at small to medium-sized resource companies who don't necessarily have that large back-of-house resources that perhaps some of the big players do, to provide them with really practical support in how to put in place policies and procedures to prevent and then deal with sexual harassment and sexual violence if it occurs in the workplace. So we will be providing them with support, practical templates and guides on policies for how to collect data, how to run a sexual harassment risk assessment audit. Don't do a toolbox meeting and ask people to stick up their hand if they've been sexually harassed. It will help organisations that small to medium size who need some practical assistance and templates and checklists to know how to put the right policies and procedures in place. What we heard from Dr. Sharon Parker's research this morning was not just what she had discovered in terms of people's experience, but she went to the why. Why is this important? And even though there's around 1,100 people here today, it might be the case that some people needed to be reminded, or in fact to think about, why does this actually matter, other than your boss told you that you needed to come today? Why does it matter? And what Sharon Parker's research showed us was that it matters because, as she said, people who experience sexual and sexist hostility frequently are far more likely to have job dissatisfaction and burnout, far more likely to quit their positions. So it's not just about the individual's experience, it's about how do we keep companies able to retain staff? And it's about understanding that that kind of cultural safety is just as important, as I said this morning, as trip hazards and dealing with chemicals. That kind of cultural safety is what will help us retain experienced staff well into the future.